like to step away from my Revelation 12 sign studies, to establish to the church, that we are not the bride of Christ. I would like you to listen to these following scriptures, to lay the groundwork for Israel being the wife, the divorced wife, and the betrothed to Christ. Again, really listen, and I will comment afterwards. What you are about to hear, is God speaking to Moses, with instructions on how he expects to be received, by the congregation of Israel.
And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Here, God is entering into a contract with the nation of Israel. His very first instruction, is that they love and serve him, above anything in the heavens, anything in the earth, and anything in the waters upon the earth. After this, his instructions goes on for 3 more chapters, to include 126 verses, of further instructions. Once God had concluded with his instructions, listen to what Israel said.
And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord, and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice, and said, All the words which the Lord hath said we will do.
When they said, all the words, that the Lord has said, we will do, they were saying, I do, to a contract, which entered them into a marriage with God. Now, from this point on, the very God of all creation, is now husband to the nation of Israel. And as well, the nation of Israel, is now become the wife of God. Now, after Israel saying I do to God, she went right out and began worshipping other gods, and following after their customs. And through the prophets, God begged her to return to himself, but she would not. So God divorced Israel, and laid judgments against her. Listen to Hosea, the prophet, speak the feelings of God's broken heart, and anger, towards his whoring wife, Israel.
Say ye unto your brethren, Ami, and to your sisters, Ruamah, Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts, lest I strip her naked, and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst. And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms. For their mother hath played the harlot. She that conceived them hath done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers, that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall, that she shall not find her paths. And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. And she shall seek them, but shall not find them. Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then was it better with me than now. For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil, and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. Therefore will I return, and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness. For now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand. I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts. And I will destroy her vines and her fig trees, whereof she hath said, These are my rewards, that my lovers have given me, and I will make them a forest, and the beasts of the field shall eat them. And I will visit upon her the days of Baalim, wherein she burned incense to them, and she decked herself with her earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers, and forgat me, saith the Lord. Therefore, behold, I will allure her, and bring her into the wilderness, and speak comfortably unto her. And I will give her vineyards from thence, and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. And she shall sing there, as in the days of her youth, and as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be at that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Baali. For I will take away the names of Baalim out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground. And I will break the bow and the sword, and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment, and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. And it shall come to pass in that day, I will hear, saith the Lord, I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. And the earth shall hear the corn, and the wine, and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy. And I will say to them which were not my people, Thou art my people. And they shall say, Thou art my God.
In this chapter of Hosea, it speaks to Israel's past, present, and future. Her past as being a whoring wife, her present as being a divorced wife, and her future as being a reunited wife with God. Did you notice where Hosea spoke of the tribulation period, and the millennial kingdom? Listen again.
I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts. And I will destroy her vines and her fig trees, whereof she hath said, These are my rewards, that my lovers have given me, and I will make them a forest, and the beasts of the field shall eat them.
The word, mirth, means rejoicing, joy, and happiness. As a result of the temple being rebuilt, and the reinstatement of their sacrifices, and their feast days, the nation of Israel will have a temporary peace and happiness. But at the middle of the tribulation, their mirth and peace will be taken away from them. He also mentions the woman fleeing into the wilderness, saying,
Therefore, behold, I will allure her, and bring her into the wilderness, and speak comfortably unto her. And I will give her vineyards from thence, and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. And she shall sing there, as in the days of her youth, and as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt.
Here he is saying, I will bring a believing remnant of the nation of Israel into the wilderness. And there I will provide for her, protect her, and give her hope. And she, seeing my provisions, will sing as she did when she came out of Egypt. Once Jesus returns, at the end of the tribulation, he will gather that believing remnant to himself, saying,
And I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment, and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord.
This occurrence speaks to another tradition of men, teaching that the wedding of the Lamb will occur in heaven. In reality, the wedding of the Lamb will take place on earth, at his second coming. Scripture says, she, Israel, has made herself ready. How has she made herself ready? By turning away from unbelief in Jesus, to a belief in Jesus, and seeing him as their Lord. A belief developed, as a result of, going through tribulation. Do you remember what Jesus said, while he was yet here on earth, concerning the nation of Israel? He said,
O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, which killest the prophets, and stonest them that are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together as a hen doth gather her brood under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate, and verily I say unto you, ye shall not see me until the time come when ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord.
It will take Israel, going through the tribulation period, to get her to say those words. And once heaven hears them, heaven packs up, and leaves heaven to come down to the earth. Listen to what John says.
Let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And I saw heaven opened, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
This is Jesus, leaving heaven, with his government, to reign on earth, and to reconcile with his born-again wife, Israel. And at that time, in the millennial kingdom, will the marriage of the Lamb take place. Thanks for watching. I hope this study helped you to see that the church is not the bride of Christ. Please subscribe, and give it a thumbs up, if this was beneficial to you. May God bless you.